Alrighty guys, in today's video, this right here is what the people have been wanting. They have been wanting accountability and for things to be taken care of the right way. If you're new to the channel, do not forget to click the subscribe button so you don't miss none of the videos that I post. With that being said, let's hop into this video. Let's see what this video is all about.
Here now with reaction to the breaking news. Former FBI Special Agent and Fox News contributor Nicole Parker and Fox News legal analyst Greg Jarrett. Friends, let's review for the audience something they already know. These two figures, Jim Comey, former FBI director, and John Brennan, former CIA director, they had very prominent positions in the federal government. The security clearance has the access to sensitive information that goes along with it. Nicole, as a former FBI agent, tell us how the rank and file view people like Comey and Brennan and the shenanigans, the outright lies and crimes that they have committed.
Well, first of all, I just have to say I am a native Texan, and my heart goes out to all that have been negatively impacted by this awful tragedy.
Yes.
And God bless all of the first responders. We are so grateful, and I just have to say God bless Texas. To your question, the rank and file at the FBI, those that are really doing the real work at the FBI, they're absolutely disgusted by actions of Jim Comey. What he stands for is exactly opposite of what you are trained to do when you are an FBI special agent and an employee of the FBI. And the number one response that I've received from those across the board, current and former FBI employees, is, quote, "It's about time." This is something that FBI employees have wanted to see for a very long time because we believe in accountability. We are all about...
This is what the people have been wanting for quite some time as well. And another thing too that has me questioning some things is, if this has been going on behind closed doors that the people haven't known about, what else has been going on that the people still don't know about?
Enforcing laws ourselves. And when you have leadership at the top who does not even obey the rules, obey the procedures and policies and the laws, that is unacceptable. And I do believe that Jim Comey is the individual who single-handedly started the destruction of the FBI, and the FBI has never recovered from his failures.
Yeah, Greg, I mean, you and I were on TV constantly about this ridiculous Russian hoax. I was in the Trump White House. The amount of time that the networks and the two other cable stations spent on something that never existed, that was fomented by Comey and pushed by Brennan, to say nothing of that ridiculous Trump Tower meeting on January 6th, 2017, where Brennan was there too, but Comey ended up saying to President-elect Trump, hey, we don't know what this is all about, but there's some kind of golden shower, Russian asset thing. Don't worry about it. And of course, we needed to worry about it. So why don't you bring us down a trip down memory lane and how we got to this point? Do you think these guys will be charged with crimes?
That's a good question.
There's a very good chance. I wrote 2 books about it. And in the second book, I'm gratified to see that this new information from the CIA corroborates just about everything I wrote about John Brennan, that he knew that the dossier was garbage, and yet he insisted on inserting it in the esteemed intelligence community assessment to give the dossier credibility so that he could use it as a cudgel to bludgeon Donald Trump politically. What I think is really new is that these career CIA officials have come forward and they've blown the whistle on John Brennan. Not just that he knew the dossier was junk, but literally the deputy director in writing told him, you can't use this for the ICA. It'll ruin the credibility of the intelligence community. Brennan didn't care. And, these CIA officials describe how he strong-armed everybody into putting the dossier into that ICA. He sidelined people who said no. He silenced them. He excluded 13 intel agencies from contributing to it because they also objected. So I think what they're looking at here with respect to Brennan is perjury, false statements, maybe conspiracy along with Comey.
And this right here is what the people have been waiting for. The people want things to be taken care of the correct way. The people want accountability. People are tired of how things have been getting handled and just swept right up under the rug like it wasn't even happening. It's time to get things done the right way. And again, I wonder what else has been going on behind closed doors that the people don't know about. It's insane.
Incredible. I mean, Greg, let me just stay with you for a moment. Legally speaking, where do we go from now? So if they're under investigation, obviously they would need to be charged. Somebody will go in and maybe do an interview with them. Possible indictments? I mean, is it enough? The list I read, who can argue with this? Lying to Congress, abusing their security clearance, abusing the FISA process?
Yeah, I mean, you'd have to go to a grand jury in Washington, D.C. and get an indictment, and then, of course, bring the prosecution in D.C. Bringing a case against a Democrat and a liberal is almost a fool's errand. As for James Comey, I think they're looking at defrauding the government, a conspiracy, and deprivation of rights under color of law. That is, knowingly using fabricated false evidence to support a case against Donald Trump. The statute of limitations, which is 5 years or 7 years, is actually suspended or tolled whenever incriminating evidence is deliberately withheld or fraudulently concealed. So I don't think the statute of limitations is a problem here, because we're just now learning of some of the withheld, concealed evidence.
Yes, and Nicole, going back to you as an FBI agent, under Kash Patel, the FBI seems to be going in an entirely different direction. What do you hear from some of your former colleagues about the different direction we have now?
That's a good question. That right there is a good question.
First of all, going back to Jim Comey real fast, let's just remind the American viewer that he was very famous for always saying, no one is above the law. And you know what, Jim Comey? You're right. No one is above the law, including yourself. And I can tell you that there is a spike in morale at the FBI. Kellyanne, I walked away from the agency because it turned into something I no longer even recognized. And I can tell you that I started first noticing the politicization of the FBI with Jim Comey on July 5th of 2016, about 9 years ago, actually, where he came out and said no reasonable prosecutor would charge Hillary Clinton. And under the new leadership of FBI Director Kash Patel, that's not how the FBI works anymore. Kash Patel looks at the evidence and they say, you know what? Is there something here or is there not? It's not based on politics. It's based on facts. It is based on evidence. But I can tell you, FBI agents, what they want to do is get back to enforcing the law. They want to be out of politics. But most of all, they want accountability and consequences for those that are breaking the law. And that is what FBI Director Kash Patel and Deputy Director Dan Bongino are all about, and Attorney General Pam Bondi. And so I can tell you that the morale has increased greatly. They've got a lot on their plate. They have walked into an absolute disaster zone, but there are good, amazing FBI special agents and staff at the FBI who have always done incredible work, and they deserve accolades. They have quietly worked behind the scenes while all of this nonsense was going on, and they have worked hard and they have worked diligently, and what they want more than anything is those that have politicized the agency to be held accountable.
And that is what the people want as well, to be held accountable. People are tired of things being swept up under the rug. They are tired of it. Enough's enough. Things have to be taken care of the right way. It doesn't matter if you're left. It doesn't matter if you're right. It doesn't matter if you're blue. It doesn't matter if you're red. Things have to be taken care of the right way. The people deserve the transparency. You know, because there have been a lot of things that have been happening with the previous administration where people wasn't getting transparency. You know, the people being told one thing while another thing was happening. I'm like, what is really going on here? Like, this isn't fair to the people. No, the people just want things to be taken care of the right way, transparency and accountability. It's only right. That's all the people want. Let me know what you guys think about today's video in the comment section. That'll be a wrap for today's video, and I will see you guys on the next one. Take care.